His name is Kale.
No way, like Kale Boy? Hey, Benthusiasts, we're back.
Hi.
So good to see you.
Good to see you. It's been like forever.
So long. We only talk every day, but
Every day. All day.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Maybe folks don't know that we didn't know each other before Sanditon.
No.
Sanditon brought like so many people together.
Yep.
And now some of my very, very favorites are the Benthusiast crew, which includes the three of us here, but then many more people that also work behind the scenes to make the magic happen. And then lots of other Benthusiasts in spirit that would also show up to anything Ben does. So it's nice to be part of such a fun sisterhood. After Sanditon sadly ended, we get to
keep going.
I feel like we decided to do this to kind of keep the magic.
Right.
Magic.
Yeah. And also because we really need to see Ben in a lot more.
Oh gosh, I love him.
Yeah. And that brings me to our topic for today. What do we want to see him in? What would a dream role be where you would just like Sanditon, where we watch it over and over again? What kind of film or TV show or theatrical production do you want to see Ben do?
Just bear with me.
I'm bared.
Okay. This is for all of my bookworms. Okay. Because I'm currently reading this series. When I was thinking about this, I couldn't really come up with, all I can think about is this book. And there's a character. It's the Throne of Glass book. So it would be a TV show. And I think it's part of the Sarah J. Maas universe because she was the author. But I think it's going to be made into a TV show. They're still in like all the rights and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And it's 7 books long. And this character is in all of them. And he has a really good character arc. His name is Kale.
No way, like Kale Boy?
What? Listen, I just now, as that came out of my mouth, realized what I was saying. I did not think about that before.
I love that so much.
But the author pronounces it Kale.
Okay.
But I read it as Kale, Chaol.
She pronounces it like K-all?
Kale. Instead
Not
of
like
Kale.
KL? Because KL, that's
that would
like
be too close to like Superman.
The pronunciation, the pronouncer was Kal.
Kale.
Yeah.
All right.
Like K-pop, but
Kale in my head.
KL. All right.
But he has a really good arc.
Kale boy.
And he starts off as kind of you never know where his allegiances lie. But some people don't like him. Some people are like Kale stans, which I am. And if you've read the books, Benthusiasts, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like now, I've liked him the whole way, but now I'm just like his biggest stan. And he would be perfect for it.
Well, dang, now I'm going to have to read those books.
You're going to have to read them. Yes.
Add 7 books to the nightstand.
Yes.
Big old stack. Oh, wow.
So that's a lot of work too. Like I don't know if they would sign on for probably like a couple of seasons first, and then they may do it differently.
Do like the first book first to kind of see how it is, and then
there's a lot, yeah.
Open there.
But it doesn't happen over a big time span. Like the whole 7 books is like probably maybe a year long.
Wow.
So they probably would do like a couple of books to a season.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway.
Does the
Ben would
book
be perfect
mention
for
like
it.
really great hair?
I mean, yes, he has brown, short, like cropped hair, but it gets longer in some parts. And although he is described as being kind of, because he's he works for the king and he's like supposed to be a warrior, not like the biggest buffest guy, but so I think it would be a different kind of role for him that maybe he hasn't played before.
I like that.
One of my favorite movies since I was a kid was the not the new one, but the Old Charade with Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn.
Yes. I love that one.
I just love it. It's like this fun mix of comedy, mystery, suspense, and a little romance. And Cary Grant, while he was inappropriately old for Audrey Hepburn, was still smoking hot and gets to wear lots of suits, and he's running with like a trench coat and like lots of opportunities where you don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy, and yet it's like some tongue-in-cheek moments and just really cute. So while it's not Hitchcock, it definitely feels Hitchcock-esque, and so I would love to see him in some kind of role like that that's sexy and funny and dangerous, with really great writing.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think watching him be in a mystery, like where he's the detective, I think would be really fun to watch.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah. That's a good time. So when I think about dream roles, I kind of automatically think remakes. And that's a problem on my part because I kind of hate them most of the time. But one that I think would be really, really cool to see Ben in would be The Lion in Winter. And have you guys seen The Lion in Winter? No? Okay. No. Mary hasn't seen anything. It's worse than Ben. Let's talk about that.
She's watching Sanditon over and over again.
So,
no time for anything else.
So The Lion in Winter was made in the late 1960s. It's this massively epic movie. It stars Katharine Hepburn and Peter O'Toole and a young Anthony Hopkins and this whole slew. It's a great cast. And it's done so well. And the film was produced by Ben's grandpa, Basil Appleby. And I don't, it's just so great. I don't even know that you could make it into another movie, because immediately the people that were cast in it would be compared to Katharine Hepburn and Peter O'Toole, and that's not fair to anybody.
No, thank you. Yeah.
So I don't think it's a viable film to make that way. But it takes place during a Christmas court, and there's lots of intrigue, and you see how kind of dysfunctional this whole family is, and they're trying to decide. Eleanor of Aquitaine and Henry II are kind of arguing about which one of their sons is going to be the next king, and all of this stuff. It ends up, it's insane. I can't even. I'm normally very eloquent, but I can't even talk about it. It's just so crazy as a film. But I do think originally it was written to be a play. And I think it might be due for a good, theater production. And I think that Ben would be the best Richard the Lionheart. He would be so good at it. Just there's so much angst and conflicting feelings that happen with that character. And you really feel it through Anthony Hopkins' performance. And like, it's been done on the stage since 1968, but I think it maybe would be due. And hey, Ben's not the only actor in his family. Let's pull you know, Henry
Yeah.
in, and he can do a part too. You know, let's pull Emily in. Maybe she'd be a good Elise. You know what I mean? Like it could work really well. I think Henry would be a really good Jeffrey.
Now I need to see this movie.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
everybody
You
has
said
to see this
angst,
movie.
and I'm
It's so
like,
good.
all right.
It's so good. Like
And the Tudors get all the attention, and
Yeah.
so there are more stories to tell
right.
in the English
monarchy.
monarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think Richard the Lionheart is like has been written all over it. And who wouldn't, you know what I mean? Like who wouldn't want to pay homage to their grandfather like that, you know? Like my grandpa designed portions of Yellowstone National Park, and I walk in there and I'm like, "Hey, my grandpa did this," you know what I mean? And I didn't even know him, you know? So I can just imagine what a cool passion project that would be for Ben and for the rest of his family, because I'm sure they're very, very proud of that and all of that stuff. And The Lion in Winter, the film, I mean, it won Oscars, so it's critically acclaimed. It's very good.
So now it's the Tony, and so we can start his EGOT going, right? Get that Tony first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna have to watch that film.
Mary wanted him to have a stage part.
Yes.
Let's do
That's right.
The Lion in Winter for Christmas. Let's do it.
Okay. Who do we got to call?
Come on, Ben. Who's going to finance it? Let's go.
We are really good at pestering people for things that we want. And sometimes we get it.
I'm
excellent at irritating people if I need to be.
Send us a list of emails and we'll get to work.
Seriously.